very warm welcome to you. I'm Hayley Palmer. Really good to have you here on the Memory Lane 80s show this evening. We have got a special surprise for you. Oh yes, Right Said Fred are here choosing their favourite 80s songs. And here is what happened when I caught up with them. Right Said Fred, it's great to have you on the show. How are you?
Good, thank you.
We're all right, thank you. We're fine. Yeah, we're good.
Excellent stuff. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here on the Memory Lane 80s show. Thank you for joining us. Okay. And of course, we are going to kick off with I'm Too Sexy. I mean, did you ever think that song would be so huge?
No, nor did anybody else. I can tell you.
That's true.
No, it was. It went after we'd recorded it and finished it. It went around the record companies, ad infinitum. Everyone said it's crap, go away. And so then we eventually released it on a. Well, actually, it was self-released initially.
Oh.
Well, we were told initially that there was no way you could possibly have a hit record that started off with a vocal.
That's right. Yes.
That's one of the things we were told.
Yes.
There's absolutely no way. That's never been done in the history of the world. And therefore, it can never be done again, ever. But it will never work.
Didn't Bobby McFerrin have a song, Don't Worry, Be Happy, that was all vocals?
Yes.
So that obviously was complete nonsense, isn't it?
We like to break the rules, don't we?
Yes,
we like to break the rules, yeah. Well, it was a huge success. Number one in the US, not number one in the UK, but we won't talk about that. Number two's just as good, isn't it?
It was all right.
Yeah, number one in the UK would have been kind of scary because there's only one way to go once you've done that, which is down.
Yes.
So I didn't want to go number one in the UK.
And we saved that for later.
We saved that for later, yes.
Exactly. See what you did there. Well, it's just fabulous. I heard it at the recording of That Was Then, This Is Now, which is coming soon. We'll be talking about that later.
Yeah.
And it's just an iconic song. You cannot sit down to this. So we want everyone on your feet at home. I'm Too Sexy. Right Said Fred. Here we go.
I'm too sexy for my love.
So let's rewind, because how did it all start for you? Because I heard that you were working in the gym, is that right? But where did the kind of musical inspiration come from?
Well, we'd been playing in bands for years, in and out of record deals from about 78, 79 or something.
Yeah.
And then we'd done some sessions for other people, and we signed a deal in New York. So we moved to New York. We were signed to Capital EMI, and I'm Too Sexy was written about the end of the 80s, early 90s, which was all about hedonism. It was big hair and big shoulder pads, big everything. Yeah, exactly. No hair.
How ironic.
Yeah. And when we were in the studio writing it, it was Richard's initial idea, because we had this song. It's all built around a bass line which goes da 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 da. But we were singing another melody, and Richard then sung the bass melody, singing "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt." And that's when we thought that's a pretty good idea.
That's the one.
Yeah, but it took a while.
It did.
We worked on it quite hard, and we were quite sort of we had lots of foresight. I don't know what the word would be, but because we wanted to choose subjects that weren't that wouldn't change. So initially we had "I'm Too Sexy for Stallone," for instance.
We had names.
Oh.
We had names, and then we suddenly thought, well, actually, what happens if Stallone stops being successful, or something terrible happens,
or people don't know who he is,
So he wanted iconic images like shirts and hats and cats and dogs,
cities
cities. Yeah, so we thought about it, but the original version had a long minor key play out. The whole song was about 7 minutes long originally.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we wisely decided to lose that bit because it was a bit depressing.
Right. Like it.
That's how it all started. Yeah, and there was no plan. Wow. There's no plan. It looked like it was all organised, but it wasn't.
No plan.
Organised fun. We like organised fun. Now, your first 80s song choice, Talking Heads, "Burning Down the House." Why this song?
Because I think oddness is very rare in pop music, and I think David Byrne is and Talking Heads, great example of how you can be commercially viable, to use a Rishi Sunak, in case he's watching.
Yes.
As opposed to non-viable or unviable, whatever it is. So those Talking Heads prove you can be a little bit quirky and viable all at the same time. Yeah. And this is just a great. This is just a great track. It's just the groove, the band, Tina Weymouth on bass, Bernie Worrell on keys. They're just a great band.
Also, one thing to mention is that if anybody doesn't know this, when David Byrne was going out with Twyla Tharp, who was an experimental dance choreographer, he wrote a piece called The Catherine Wheel, which was music to go with the dance. So if you're interested in Talking Heads, but you don't know The Catherine Wheel, I really would recommend clicking onto The Catherine Wheel, because the grooves and the sounds are really, really cool.
It's fantastic.
Really good.
Oh, little top tips here from Right So Fred, like it. Well, here it is. It was released in 1983. It's a great song. Enjoy. Now, Right So Fred, your next 80s song choice, Men at Work, Down Under. Why this song?
Well, partly, I think the lyrics are great.
Flute.
The flute is really, really cool. The sort of quasi-stingy kind of vocal towards the end.
Yep. Yes. And Colin Hayes, a very, very talented songwriter.
Colin Hayes is great, and it just reminds you what Australia was like. It was a very free-feeling place, and now that's less the case, which is a great shame. But that's how I remember Australia. And when we first went there touring, it had a very open and easygoing vibe to it, particularly we went to Melbourne.
Well, it's where Neighbours is filmed, my favourite TV show, so that's why I like Melbourne.
Okay. Is that where they film the Neighbours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come friendly bombs drop on Melbourne.
Fun fact for you. Anyway, here it is from 1983, number 1. Here we go. I want to talk about your new single, Tide. It's a great track, right?
Yes. Well,
it did very well.
We're very happy with it.
Yeah,
we are.
And so it's a slight change in pace for us. And also, it was written on the back of our mum had been very ill. I'm trying to get too depressing here. Mum had been very ill with Alzheimer's, and Richard's partner had died after cancer. So we were aware of time passing, and so it's about counting your blessings. It's about realizing the good things as opposed to focusing on the negative things.
Yes, brilliant stuff. Well, this song's going out to Mike Reed, because I had to share a dressing room with him at That Was Then, This Is Now, and he just kept singing this song the whole time.
Oh.
He absolutely loves it. He really does. So this one's for you, Mike. Here it is, Right So Fred with Tide.
Friends and family have been so good to me. Wine, food and flattery have been so good to me. Let's be happy with what we've got. And fantasies have been so good to me. Cars, hats and pussycats have been so good to me. Let's be happy with what we've got. take it with you. You can't take it with you. Because you know you can't take it with you.
Question from one of our viewers, Kelly. She wants to know, what is your favourite outfit that you've worn on stage?
Mine would be from a bit later on when we were touring in Europe in 2001, 2002, and we had a stylist called Michael Eckstein, and he got us some leather trousers, these sort of brown, really thin leather trousers, and they were fantastic, and they lasted forever.
Were those the cowboy?
Yeah, a little bit cowboyish. Yeah, they were
cowboyish. Yeah.
Oh, I like the leather trousers. Yeah, I like that look.
Mine was. I think mine was when we went out and did some small clubs in the early 2000s. I wore a kilt.
Oh yes,
several kinds of kilts.
Oh,
true.
And one of them was the cloth. The material was fantastic. It was one of those sort of materials that changes colour depending on the lighting and all that kind of stuff. And we did a gig up in, I can't remember where it was, but the audience went completely bonkers and tore the kilt to pieces.
They do you
remember?
Yeah,
they ripped it off.
Yeah. Whoa.
And by the end of the show, I was standing there not much more than the belt and the thong. And all these women were walking out. I mean, some of them were really pretty meaty. And they're walking out with bits of my kilt sticking out their handbags.
My goodness, the crazy days.
So I enjoyed wearing that because it was so silly.
Kilts were good,
Kilts were good, but it's lots of people have worn kilts since then, and it's not quite so on the money as it was,
Yeah, it's all about the comfort these days, though, isn't it, guys?
I like stuff that's comfort
as you get older.
I know I like stuff. What I really like is trousers. I'm a big fan of trousers.
What do you mean trousers?
Okay.
Well, proper, normal trousers.
Suit trousers?
No, like jeans and,
I see.
Like leather trousers.
Jeans.
Yeah, or leather trousers. We've worn leather trousers for shows. I wore that for ages.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just the mood that you're in, and sometimes it's the way you feel about the clothes is a response to how you feel about the gig. You know what I mean? If the gig goes really well, you're happy with the clothes.
Well, you haven't dressed up for me today, guys.
I have. I've got my Adidas top on.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I love it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
All right, no, just to clarify, you're looking great, guys. And then we're going to go on to your next song choice from the 80s, Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Yes, tune.
Great track.
Love this song?
Love this song.
Great
Love
song.
this song.
Okay to play it out, yeah?
Play it out, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yep,
Here we go. See you after. Guys, we've got a quick fire question round for you.
Okay.
True professionals, are you ready? Right, said Fred.
Absolutely, we're ready. Hit me.
Yes, that's what I like. Okay, Richard,
Yes.
what was the first record that you ever bought?
The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. The theme from the movie.
Right, like it. Fred, what's your favourite TV show from the 80s?
Favourite TV show from the 80s would be... did Seinfeld start in the 80s? Seinfeld, it may have just started 89, I think. So I say Seinfeld. I go with Seinfeld.
We'll let you have that.
Yeah.
Richard, your best memory from the 80s?
Meeting my partner, Stuart. And we were together for 28 years, yeah.
Oh, I love that. And Fred, thing you wish that you could bring back from the 80s?
Me?
Bring back... Oh, I tell you what. My dad.
Yes.
Because my dad died in 87.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good on.
And Richard, karaoke song. What's your favourite tune that you hit the karaoke with?
Oh, I've never done karaoke, apart from at venues and gigs and stuff. No. All right, if I had to sing karaoke, I'd probably...
Hey Big Spender, what's that one?
Yeah, Hey Big Spender, that Shirley Bassey.
Hey!
In the
joint.
joint.
That's a great.
I want to come to karaoke with you. And Fred, a song that you sing full blast in the car
From the 80s.
from the 80s.
I think probably Born in the USA by
Oh, yeah.
Springsteen. I think if I was going to play something loud. Or the other one, which is Because of the Night, which was a Patti Smith version of a co-write with Springsteen.
That's a good track.
Yeah, Because of the Night.
He's a great
track.
writer.
Yeah, that might
Good
be
track.
70s? Don't know, can't remember now.
Actually, no,
We
the
can
Patti.
break the rules a little bit.
Yeah, no, Patti Smith is definitely 70s.
Dancing in the Dark,
Dancing in the Dark is a good one.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Full blast in the car. I like that. Your next song choice, David Bowie, China Girl. Why the song?
Because of partly because of the guitar.
Stevie Ray Vaughan
on the guitar, and also I just think it's so that the lyrics are so interesting. Turn the holy picture to the wall and all that stuff. There's some great images in
And
it.
it's an Iggy Pop song.
Yes, exactly.
Iggy Pop wrote it.
Great track. And the bass playing is fantastic. On the whole album, Let's Dance album, the bass playing and the drumming is fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it was number 2 in 1983. Should have been number 1. Here we go. Right, so Fred, you have been such a pleasure to have on the show. You've made me laugh a lot. And I've got to say, we need to look out for the new programme That Was Then, This Is Now, because you will be on it.
Yes,
we
we
are.
are.
And so are you.
And so are you.
I'm on it as well. It was good fun, wasn't it? We
It
went
was.
filming and I gave you some chocolates. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes.
We had some little mini chocolates.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I went to you, would you like a chocolate? And you didn't hesitate. You were like, yeah.
I can't have chocolate in the house.
You can't hesitate with chocolate.
You know, I've got a T-shirt that says that. You can't hesitate with chocolate.
You got to get straight down the gym though afterwards, haven't you? Do you guys still work out a lot?
We've just come from the gym.
We've just come from the gym. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. You're making me feel very guilty right now.
I quite enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too. When you're there, you
When
can
you're
have a
there,
real high, don't
it's
you?
just dragging yourself there sometimes is a bit.
Exactly. It's just the getting there.
Yeah.
But your last song choice, Mars, Pump Up the Volume.
Oh.
Why this song?
I could tell you, I was in a club in about 80, I don't know, I can't remember now. And it was when we were sort of shifting from playing in bands to getting really into sort of more house and club stuff. I remember being in a club and I just heard Pump Up the Volume. I just thought, man, this is what a tune. And I just thought we have to make a record that feels like this in the club. We never did, but we tried.
You got about it. That's the main thing. But thank you.
No, that's the other one. It's got
It's his favourite song and he can't even sing it.
It's got the rap. It's got a really cool rap.
Okay, brilliant. Well, we're going to play out the song. We're going to play out the song now for everyone.
Okay.
But Right Said Fred, it has been such an honour and pleasure to have you on the show. You're definitely too sexy for the Memory Lane 80s. It's Right Said Fred, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, we've now come to the end of the show, but a huge thank you to the brilliant Right Said Fred. Just great fun to have here on a Saturday night on the show. And a huge thank you to you at home for tuning in and supporting the show. It really is much appreciated. Now we're going to leave you with Right Said Fred's last 80s song choice, which was Pump Up the Volume. And I will see you same time, same place next week.